By the time they arrived at the park, all three of them were tuckered out and decided to just shit in the shade of the big oak tree. It seemed like today was going to be another peaceful day. However, no one seemed to notice the eyes peering at them from inside the nearby bushes. Mario heard a rustle in the bushes. "Who's there?" he called out, but there was no answer. "I'm warning you, you better show yourself. I got a dick and I know how to use it," he threatened while thrusting and pointing at his dick. Luigi and Yoshi were now getting into position too, thrusting and pointing at their own dicks. "You got till the count of 3 to come out," said Mario. 1. Mario and Luigi unzipped their overalls. 2. They pulled out their quivering dicks. 3. Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi all leaped into the bushes, thrusting their dicks around. No one had any idea whether or not they were dicking the person in the bushes, or just each other. There were many shouts and the occasional giggle. This went on for 10 minutes before Mario took charge and threw everyone out of the bushes. Mario stepped out too and looked at the pile of sweat, semen, and shit-covered bodies in front of him. Mario looked down at the man in front of him with a look of disgust on his face. "Never mind, guys, it's just that fat faggot Wario," he said as Luigi stood up and straightened his hat. "Hey, fuck you, Mario," said Wario, wiping a bit of feces out of his mustache. "I'm not the one who goes around raping people." Mario smirked as he watched the lump in Wario's crotch start to grow larger. Wario shifted his legs to try and hide the growing bulge, but it was too late. Luigi and Yoshi had already noticed and were smirking as well. Yoshi's wiener twitched. Wario eyed it with apprehension, the bulge growing a little more rapidly now. Wario was sweating, his heart beating rapidly. Yoshi licked his lips. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew Wario's hat off behind him. "Aren't you going to bend over and pick it up, Wario?" asked Mario with an evil grin. Wario turned around and bent over to pick up his hat. He gave his ass a little shake as he did so, and Yoshi couldn't hold back anymore. He ran forward and shoved his now fully erect peener straight into Wario's ass, ripping a hole through his overalls and underwear. Wario gasped and tried to resist at first. "Don't fight it," said Mario in a soothing voice. "Just relax and enjoy it. I've trained Yoshi well." At this point, a large group of toads had gathered around the scene. The toads closed in and formed a circle around the two fuckers. Any particularly deep thrust by Yoshi and the toads would erupt with cheers. The toads started becoming aroused and began rubbing themselves. Yoshi began thrusting harder and faster while Wario had his own 8-inch out and was stroking it. This pleased the toads, who began throwing coins at the two in between stroking their own peeners. Mario and Luigi were quickly pocketing all the coins they could. The toads dropped their pants and started jacking off furiously, while Wario groaned and screamed and jacked himself off as Yoshi continued pounding his ass. Wario had now ripped off all his clothes and his sweaty body glistened in the sun, his rolls of fat jiggling with every thrust. Wario was red in the face and a small trickle of blood seeped from his anus, but he paid no attention. The toads were shrieking in ecstasy as they rubbed their tiny wangs, watching the spectacle before them. A good 30 minutes of ass-fucking and off-jacking had already passed by now. Mario gave the signal to Yoshi, scratching his balls and sniffing his finger 3 times, telling him to wrap it up. Yoshi got the signal and started pounding Wario at a much faster rate. The toads and Wario increased their jacking off speed as well. The toads yelled and shrieked as their wieners were starting to become raw and chafed, but they couldn't stop. They knew in a few seconds it would all be over and there would be quite a mess. At the exact same instant, everybody ejaculated. Yoshi let loose his semen into Wario's ass, and Wario's testicles released their contents onto the ground, as all the toads aimed their little wieners up into the air. Strings of toad semen streamed out of their wieners into an arc and collided in one spot in the air, before raining down on Yoshi and Wario. This all happened in less than a second, but to Wario it seemed like one blissful eternity. He and Yoshi lay sprawled out on the ground, covered in sticky semen and panting, Yoshi's now flaccid wiener still in Wario's hairy ass. Mario wiped little droplets of semen from his mustache as he surveyed the situation. Luigi ran up to Yoshi and pulled him out of Wario's ass and began cleaning the semen off of him, while a bottle of lotion was being passed around amongst the toads to soothe their chafed and aching cocks. The toads were chatting excitedly and Mario smiled as he heard some of them saying this was the best performance yet. Mario, we got a problem here," Luigi whispered. Mario looked over and saw the naked Wario twitching on the ground and making nonsensical noises. The toads gave one last cheer to Mario and then dispersed. Mario went over to Wario and attempted to slap some sense into him. After a couple of hard whacks across the face with Mario's wang, Wario woke up. He pushed Mario out of the way and ran straight to Yoshi's cock. He began tugging on the cock and shouting, "More, more, must have more wang!" But try as he might, the dinosaur's cock could not be aroused. Mario and Luigi pulled Wario away from Yoshi. "Rah, me want wang right now!" "Snap out of it, faggot," said Mario, but it didn't work. He was then struck with an idea. He had seen someone on TV throw water on another person to bring them to their senses. Mario had no water, but he had the next best thing. Pee. Hey, if it works as milk, it'll work as water, thought Mario, remembering his bowl of Cheerios earlier in the morning. He grabbed his dick and peed on Wario's face. Wario stopped screaming for wanks and started spitting as Mario's stream entered his mouth. "Yo, what the fuck?" said Wario. "Stop peeing on me," said Wario, letting more urine go into his mouth, although he made no effort to stop it. Mario's stream had come to a stop, and he flicked the last few drops onto Wario's face. "Can you remember anything that happened?" asked Mario. "Yeah, you dumbass, any man would remember getting fucked up the ass by a Yoshi while a bunch of toads shacked off in a circle." Then suddenly the pain hit him. Oh my ass, oh god, it hurts so bad, ow, 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 ow. Mario chuckled. Yeah, 30 minutes of ass fucking will do that to you. The Koopas and Goombas began arriving to the area. Koopas and Goombas fed on nothing but semen, urine, and fecal matter. There wasn't much fecal matter, only a little bit of urine, but there was quite a bit of semen, and the beasts were ready to take their fill. Yoshi was flicking semen off himself for some baby Goombas, while Luigi playfully pissed on a group of Koopa paratroopas. Mario watched the feeding frenzy for a while before turning to Wario. You might want to get cleaned up, Wario, he said. They're going to sense the semen on you and start attacking. At this exact moment, one of the Goombas sniffed the air and caught a whiff of the semen-drenched Wario. Oh shit, said Wario.